Alright, Game Trollers, and welcome back to my Batman Gotham Knight story concept series of videos. I'm not sure. This is part 2. Part 3, as I said, will be up on Thursday, hopefully. And, yeah. So, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Let's go.
Southern boys with the promised strength. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the pain. And you could be next. You better give respect. Cause ain't
Yeah, that's the end of chapter 1. After, the Nightwing arrives at Wayne Manor, it's all just gameplay after that. There's no real story, no cutscenes, no nothing. Just pure gameplay of just Nightwing and Robin stopping crime and stopping turf wars and all that kind of stuff. No chasing Joker because they have no real leads on the Joker or anything like that. So they stop a few crimes, and now we head into chapter 2, which is where the main plot begins. Pretty much at the beginning of chapter 2, Joker announces that he has a bunch of bombs in the Gotham sewers, and that at the end of each week he'll blow one of them up at random, and he says that he's gonna blow up one in 30 minutes after making his announcement, and tells people to escape because, there's gonna be one at random in the city, so they have to get out because, they don't know where the thing is gonna blow up, so they can't really stay in where they are because, that might be the place that blows up and everything like that. So they get on the interstate and try and get out the city through the interstate roads and everything like that. And some try and go on the boats, just like in the Dark Knight. Joker, because the Joker's evil, decides that he had bombs on those boats, and as soon as the boats try and leave the harbor, he blows them up and kills a lot of the Gotham civilians and everything like that. And basically, Gordon, Batman, everybody was just wrecked because at this point, Batman's actually ready to fight and everything like that. So he's actually healed and stuff. So Batman is there, and he escorts a few prisoners to the boats, but at the same time, the boat explodes also. Something like that, I don't know. Maybe the boat doesn't explode or something like that, but Joker hijacks, or one of his men hijacks the boat and brings them back to the shore, and they join in the fray or something crazy like that, I don't know. So, yeah, that pretty much is how that starts off. And of course, the turf war is still going on, and it's going into even more, getting even crazier because no civilians in Gotham, no nothing. So it can pretty much go completely buck wild, basically, just doing whatever they want without any real, problem of killing people, even though it's just pretty much, they have full reign right now. They with Joker's whole plan, distracting the GCPD and everything, they try and they just go crazier. They just start really getting into the turf war and not just having a couple battles here and there. They actually go full on patrols for the city, riots, all that kind of stuff. Basically, Arkham Knight, Arkham City-esque, just the Wild West, pretty much. So Batman and Robin try and take out the bombs, and at the same time try and stop the turf war, and that's pretty much chapter 2. Not much story. Again, I'm not really focusing on story in this bit. So yeah, but now we head into chapter 3. Now, chapter 3, Green Arrow comes up to help Batman and Robin fight the threat, and Catwoman comes to escape the Joker's bombs and everything like that, because she doesn't want to leave the city, but at the same time she does, of course the city might blow up, so she's not going to stay there. So she goes over to Wayne Manor as a hideout, and of course Bruce accepts and everything like that. And now the turf war, the actual crime bosses start making their moves, and you just actually go and find the crime bosses. So that's pretty much that. So and then I'm not sure what will happen in this bit, but My idea for this bit, well, Green Arrow and Catwoman might come in Chapter 2 instead, and then Chapter 3 is the Suicide Squad introduction. So, of course, I mentioned Katana, all these kind of guys. These guys will be part of the Suicide Squad. And pretty much Amanda Waller goes over to GCPD. Gordon and Co. calls Batman to sort of talk through and everything, because of course Batman is still leading the fight, I guess, with Commissioner Gordon. So Batman has to know the deets. Amanda Waller comes to GCPD and starts talking and everything like that, and pretty much she tells Batman and Gordon that she's lost complete contact with the squad with Rick Flag and everything like that, and she fears that he might be dead. She tried blowing them up, but nothing actually happened. She lost complete contact and control with the Suicide Squad, and she's sort of afraid of what might happen. And of course, she wanted to do this in person because over the phone or communicators, it's not exactly too safe or anything like that. So she comes over to the GCPD, and basically, with this bit, Deathstroke gets introduced. And pretty much he's sort of like the main guy. He killed Rick Flag and took over sort of the mercenaries and the people that were with Rick Flag with the Suicide Squad. Pretty much the Suicide Squad were there to stop the Joker. Pretty much President Luthor. This is getting pretty confusing. Okay, so Lex Luthor is the president. Amanda Waller is sort of the Secretary of State, and pretty much Amanda Waller, right? So Lex Luthor tells Amanda to send in the Suicide Squad to kill the Joker because it's causing countrywide panic and everything like that. Gotham is one of the main cities, and if that blows up, then the country is not going to be in good shape. So when Luthor tells Amanda to send the squad to somehow stop Joker's rampage, pretty much. So she sends in the squad. Deathstroke kills Rick Flag, and by some unknown means, might get explained in a later game, the squad has their bombs defused. Of course, you might know a thing or two about the bomb defusals from Assault on Arkham. Spoilers. So their bombs get defused, and Deathstroke kills Rick Flag and takes over the mercenaries, the soldiers that were with Rick Flag, trying to keep control over the squad, pretty much. So Deathstroke now is his own thing, and pretty much Deathstroke's main plan right now is to kill Batman, kill Nightwing, and kill Amanda Waller. 3 people that he completely hates, and Batman is because back in the day, Batman had a contract on his head by one of the mob bosses, like in Arkham Origins, and Deathstroke's there. But at that point, he didn't have his Prometheum suit. He just had chainmail. His regenerative health thing. His ability to regenerate wasn't as strong as it is now. So there's that, and whilst fighting Batman, Deathshot sort of intervenes and helps Batman escape Deathstroke and beat Deathstroke by shooting him in the chin, and then Batman just does like this mega punch to the chin and knocks Deathstroke out. So pretty much Deathstroke just hates Batman because that was one of the only contracts Deathstroke ever failed. Nightwing, of course, has the same thing because Teen Titans Judas contracts. Nightwing he knows is Robin, so he wants to kill Nightwing too because he's another contract that he failed, and also he was one of the only people that actually beat him and all that kind of stuff. And he's the leader of the Teen Titans. He is the Teen Titans. He wants to kill Nightwing, and of course Amanda Waller because he has sort of a vendetta against Amanda for turning him to a puppet and doing all that kind of stuff, and pretty much taking away his manlyhood, and then also he's not getting paid for doing all the jobs Amanda gives him, which is another line I want to put in there, but I know some people might not like that. Some people just don't like me having Deathstroke in here, but honestly, just adds to the really dry story that I have, because after that, it's not really that much. It's just the same thing. It's really sort of generic, so Deathstroke's there to add like a little bit more to the story. So, of course, Deathstroke, he invades GCPD. This is like one of the big bits of the game. He raids JCBD with his mercenaries, and he attacks JCPD and trying to kill Amanda Waller, who's still holed up in the JCPD. So he goes over there. Batman, Robin, Batman, Nightwing, and Green Arrow go over there to try and stop him, but they're too late, and he kills Crispus Allen and Amanda Waller. Now you may be saying, so both black people die? Well, I'm a black person, first of all. Second of all, like Crispus dies in the comics at some point, and like I just feel like Deathstroke needs to do something cool. Like he actually needs to do something and actually seem like a threat. It's not like most incarnations of him where he pretty much just fails a lot. So I wanted to actually give him some kind of stuff. So Alan dies in the comics, so he dies in here, and he kills Amanda Waller because he's Deathstroke. You have to give him that sort of like make him look like a threat. So he kills Amanda Waller. Now, one thing though is I wanted to rename Amanda Waller into Samantha Waller for some reason. Don't ask me why. Because I guess because she's gonna die in this, and I want the Batman Beyond story that happen, and I want there to be more Suicide Squad stuff, and I want her to be there for like Justice League to be like sort of Lex Luthor's anchor, because Justice League is gonna be like an Injustice League thing where there's just all the villains, all the arch nemesis, the nemesis of all the nemesi of all the superheroes gang together to take them on, and of course the Justice League forms and all that kind of stuff. And Lex Luthor is the president, and he's at the head of the group. So Amanda Waller has to be there to sort of calm them down. So maybe this could be like a clone, or just some person that's like who somehow it's not going to be Amanda Waller, but I want it to be Amanda Waller. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say here. So like her sister or something crazy like that. I don't know. But he kills her, and Batman sort of rescues Gordon because he was about to kill Gordon too. So Batman rescues Gordon, kicks Deathstroke out the window, and all that kind of stuff. And pretty much Batman's just like, ugh, everything. Deathstroke leaves a note on the Batmobile, and he goes away. He drives away. He escapes. Job done. So he puts a note on the Batmobile challenging Batman to a fight in a abandoned apartment block. Well, all of them are abandoned, but yeah. In an apartment block, to fight him. Nightwing's just like, no, this guy's just way too strong. I fought him. I had superhumans with me. It took us a long time. You know where you're going to fight him. So, you know where you're going to beat him. Green Arrow's just like, this guy's too much of a threat. You got to take him out. You're Batman. Do what Batman would do. So Batman goes to fight Deathstroke, and Deathstroke nearly kills Batman. This is another boss fight, but Nightwing rescues Batman with the Batwing. Of course, I think this may be the introduction to the Batwing. I'm not sure. Blows up the building and shoots Deathstroke pretty much and blows him up. Deathstroke, of course, Prometheum suit and regenerative health, healing factor. There we go. That just came back in mind. So he rescues Batman from getting killed from Deathstroke and everything, but Deathstroke's still, doing his thing, right? So they continue searching for disarming bombs and stopping the turf war and searching for Joker and all the crime bosses and everything like that, because they've lost traces on Deathstroke, and Deathstroke hasn't really done anything. So now Deathstroke makes his next move. He brings in a bunch of tanks and military vehicles to help him out, because he contacted with an ally, sort of one of his contacts, for his mercenary gig, and he contacts one of them to bring in sort of like a mercenary group to help him out fight GCPD and Batman and everything like that. So he pretty much calls them, and a bunch of military vehicles and tanks enter inside of Gotham, and pretty much Nightwing and Batman are there trying to blow them up because they have the stuff to do it, pretty much. So they're there trying to stop the envoy, whatever, convoy, there we go, from invading Gotham. But something happens. Batman enters inside one of the tanks to take out the leader, I guess, the lead tank or something like that, to take him out. The tank, during the fight inside the tank, turns and goes over the side of the island. Pretty much, they're on sort of like the side, the outskirts of the island, and pretty much Batman is fighting this guy, and somehow the tank turns into over the edge, over the cliff. Batman tries escaping. He grapples up, but the grapple doesn't actually completely connect with sort of the cliffside, and Nightwing catches it, and he's trying to pull Batman up, and whilst he's pulling Batman up, Deathstroke starts, who's on like the outer island, starts shooting Batman in sort of the ribs, and pretty much kills Batman with a sniper rifle, making Batman fall into the river, or the water, and Nightwing's just like, no, Batman's dead. So yeah, Batman dies. So that happens, right? So Nightwing is like completely distraught and like enraged, and he goes over to the next island and chases Deathstroke until they get on sort of like the coast of the midtown. And they have a little bit of a fight in the street, and Deathstroke, of course, beats Nightwing. They're gloating, like, okay, I killed Waller, I killed Batman, now I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna win. Like, pretty much, he's gonna win. His goal is gonna be complete. And out of nowhere, Katana pops up and saves Nightwing. Of course, you may be saying, why? Well, Katana is sort of like just like she is in the movie, the Suicide Squad movie. She's not exactly one of the villains. She's there as an enforcer to stop the squad if they go rogue. It's pretty much Deathstroke is the most dangerous member of the squad, and Waller put a tracker in his suit, in his suit, yeah, and to let Katana chase him down if she doesn't die and everything like that. She has a tracker. She's chasing down Deathstroke. She finds Deathstroke here, and they have a little fight. Of course, it's Deathstroke. He's not gonna go down to just a chick with a sword. Sure, it's the Soul Taker, but it's just a chick with a sword. Sure, she may be better at him in sword fighting, but he's just overall stronger, and he knows more disciplines and all that kind of stuff. So pretty much he nearly kills Katana too, but Nightwing gets up, takes her Soul Taker, and starts slashing Deathstroke with it, and it actually starts taking effect. Probably wondering, what? Well, this is the explanation. Katana's sword was pre-coated in promethium just in case, she had to fight Deathstroke with his promethium armor. So she had the sword coated in promethium to allow her to cut through his sword in his suit. Sadly for her, Prometheus is still pretty hard and everything like that, and Deathstroke's strong and everything like that. So she's not exactly, she. I'm not gonna say she's weak. I don't want to say she's weak, but it's Deathstroke we're talking about. The man is a super soldier. He has super strength and everything like that. No way, just Katana's gonna be able to stop it. So Nightwing now comes in. He's stronger than Katana in terms of actually body strength and everything like that. So he's able to actually cut through the sword and be able to stop and hold up with Deathstroke blows. And pretty much Nightwing fights Deathstroke and beats Deathstroke, and pretty much like puts him on sort of like the edge and stabs him with the sword through the heart. And basically Deathstroke's like, well, not through the heart, but through the chest, through the gut, pretty much. Somewhere through him. It's just sort of like the Soul Taker is sort of taking effect because, normally Deathstroke would die, would be dead from this. So the Sword Taker is sort of trying to take his soul, but he's still alive. So he's trying to fight it. And Nightwing just decides, you know what, I'm not Batman. I have to, and this guy's too dangerous. I have to take him out. He calls the Batmobile and runs over Deathstroke, sending him over the cliff. And normally he was supposed to be in sort of like a car, like a parked car on the side of the road. Deathstroke was supposed to be on that car, and then Batmobile crushes him into the car, and then he falls over with the car blows up, and that's pretty much the end of Deathstroke. Of course, Deathstroke doesn't die. The man is just unkillable. So, of course, he doesn't die, and he comes back later on. Or maybe he is dead, but, just as Teen Titans 3, that might not be the case. You know what I'm saying? Season 4 of Teen Titans TV show. I'm winking right now. You can't see it, but I'm winking. Yeah. So Deathstroke is dead, and he and Katana sort of celebrate, I guess, or whatever. And she goes off to do her own thing, trying to. She goes off pretty much. She just leaves because her job is done. She goes off to do more. Okay, guys. So that's it for this video. Yeah. So that's it for part 2. Part 3, as I said, will be up on Thursday. Meet me tomorrow for the Road to Suplexity part/week 2. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Troll on, baby.
They wanna talk, shh, well what they talking about? I see them running their mouth, but they ain't talking loud. I'm taking over the game, now let me show you how. I'm taking over the game, now let me show you how. Take a look in my eyes, got them shook when I rise. Got the game on lock, I came to the